Now let's take another example. Uh, in this, I just copy this. Okay. And what I do is that, can you tell me what will the time complexity of this now?
n by 2.
N by 2. Who said this? Can you please, Ashutosh, you said this?
Yeah.
Okay, Ashutosh is saying N by 2. I'll just come one over by one other. Sai Kiran, what do you think? Ashutosh is right or is wrong? If it is wrong, then you have to tell me what do you think is the right one.
Yeah, so the way I look at it is in n by 2 times only the execution will happen. By the time it exceeds more than that, it will fail,
Okay.
it will come out of the loop. So it must be n by 2.
So it is plus 1 by Sai. Okay, perfect. This was the Kiran's answer. Okay.
Okay.
Then Sai, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's n by 2 only in this case.
Okay. So again, Sai is also the Ashutosh. Manoj?
Yeah, for me also it is n by 2 only, because like it's multiple, it's multiplying the like 1 2 4 like that it will go. So at the end, like if suppose we have the input of 8, it will go only 3 times, something like
Okay.
that, not 3 times exactly, but similar to that. So it will be come total of n by 2 only.
Okay, got you. Paritosh, what do you think?
And by to me as well.
And then you left. Vivek, what do you think?
Yeah, it would be n by 2.
Okay, perfect. Unfortunately, the every one of you who have said the answer is wrong. Okay, and before we discuss about the problem, if I say that what I talked about time complexity, a time complexity is proportional as how number of executions will be proportional to the input times. Okay, this is the definition of the time complexity. And that is why I said the time complexity is very good. It's one of the most misunderstood things. People take it for granted. They know that they simply feel that they know what time complexity is, but and and they would have mostly overlooked this topic, and that is why this confusion happens. If you go in any good company, right? For example, I'll take example of Google. Okay, one of the most standard interview that the Google takes, right? So one of the beauty about the Google interview is that they put a lots of stress in figuring out the time complexity of every problem that you solve. And when you say that okay, my time complexity is O of n, they will not just stop there. They will ask you what do you understand by the time complexity O of n. So unless until you understand in the depth what the meaning of time complexity is, first of all, you're not able to write the correct time complexity, and even if you do, you'll not be able to explain that. So that is why I wanted to put this, and I feel that this was very important. So let's try to understand this. Please pay a very good focus on this question, and the next question I'll expect you guys to solve that. Okay. So this is the definition. Time complexity is how many number of executions will be proportional to the input size. Let's try to see how many executions are happening in this. Okay, mathematically, let's try to understand. So since I is getting multiplied by 2 every time, if it was not the case, if suppose I was getting incremented by 1 every time, then in that case the number of operations would have been almost equal to n. Agree everyone? If I was getting incremented by 1 every time, in that case the number of operation would have been proportionally equal to the n. Right? Agrees everyone?
Yeah.
But in this case, this I is getting multiplied by 2 every time. So the number of operations, if suppose now if number of operations is k, that's it, k will be less than n. Everybody agrees k will be less than n. If suppose now this I is getting multiplied by 2 every time, I say okay, k is my total number of operations, or k is total number of time the loop will run, the k will be less than n. Everybody agrees?
Yeah.
Cool. So basically we have to first figure out what this is, what the k is. Okay, so let's try to understand. When the first time the loop was running, right, the value of I was how much? The value of I was 1, right? When the second time the loop was running, the value of I was 2, right? When the third time it ran, the value of I came out to be 2 to the power of 2, right? When the fourth time it came as a value of I was equal to 2 to the power of 3, right? Like this. So initially it was 2 to the power, this is equal to 2 to the power of 0, and this was equal to 2 to the power of. Everybody is with me? So far, so good?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So suppose I say that it has went for the k times, right? So the kth time when the loop will be running, at that time the value of I will be what equal to? I will be equal to 2 to the power k minus 1. Everybody agrees?
Yeah.
Okay. So this loop is running for the k times, right? So at the k time, the value of I was equal to this, right? And at that time, when the loop will terminate, the value of I will become what equal at when loop terminates, I will be equal to greater than equal to n. Everybody agrees? Because till the time I value is less than n, this loop will keep on running, right?
Yeah.
So when the loop terminates, the value of I will be greater than equal to n, right? Now the value of I at that time was what? 2 to the power k minus 1, right? Greater than equal to n, right? Now it is 2 to the power k minus 1 and greater than equal to n. I am talking about the proportionality, right? Whenever we talk about the proportionality, we talk about the approximate. So what I can do is that in order to find how k is dependent on the n, what I do, I take log both sides, right? So what will happen? K minus 1 will be greater than equals to log of n, right? So I can say that k is almost equals to log of n. So how the k? So see, the complexity is all about finding the proportionality, right? If there's something is proportional to something, if you add a constant or divide or multiply by a constant or divide by a constant or subtract by a constant, the constant doesn't change the proportionality. So if k minus 1 is proportional to the log n, I will also say that the k is also proportional to log n. So the number of operations is how it is proportional to the input size. It is proportional logarithmically, right? So that is why the time complexity here will be log of n.
Vishwa, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm not clear about the log which we are applying here.
Okay.
I mean, I know the k minus 1 is greater than equal to n, but how come it
No,
become log n?
No, k minus 1 is not greater than equal to n. It is 2 to the power
Yeah,
k.
yeah, 2 power. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, so basically it's a normal log operation. So what the log says is that if for example if now it's if suppose a to the power k, if you write like this, okay, and if you take a log of that, log of this, okay, then this will be equal to k. This is what the log says. This is the theorem of the logarithm says.
Okay.
Okay. So what I did here is, if I take a log to the base a and a to the power of k, what it will return is k. This is the log theorem. Okay. This is the basic mathematics log theorem. So now since I have an exponent here in the left hand side and n on the right hand side, so what I do, I take log base 2 both sides. I take log base 2 both the side. So what was returned? What was that was left in the power? So I was left k minus 1 on the left hand side and log of n on the right hand side. Is it clear? It's just a log function. This is the theorem of the log theorem.
Okay.
Okay. So in order to solve this mathematical equation, I take the log both on the side. Took the log both the sides. So what I got in the left was k, and the right what I got is log of n. So now I can say that now k is proportional to log of n. So that is why the time complexity is logarithmic log of n.
Which was so linear time is always greater than the logarithmic time, right?
Yes, the linear time is always greater than the logarithmic time. Anybody, any doubt here?
Yeah, Vishwa, Kiran over here.
Yeah.
So the same thing, what you said, I derived and I was getting something like k greater than or equal to log of 2 times n minus 1. So is that the same thing what we were looking over here?
What were you getting? Can you please come again?
K was greater than or equal to log of 2 times n minus 1.
Log of 2 times
N minus 1.
2 times n minus, like this you're saying?
Yeah.
How did you get this?
So it's basically like what you said, 2 power k minus 1 is greater than or equal to n, right? I applied logarithms and it was like 2 power k is greater than or equal to 2 times n, right?
2 to the power k minus 1 is greater than equal to n. This is the equation. Yes.
So that means 2 power k is greater than or equal to 2n.
2 to the power k is greater than equal to 2n. Yes.
and then I applied log over both the sides.
Yeah. So basically, yes. So what I'm trying to say is that again, let's talk about little proportional. Let's talk about little mathematics again. So if I say that, if A is proportional to say B, if A is say proportional to B, and see, this time complexity is always a proportionality analysis. You always talk about proportionality. You don't talk about the exact term. Okay? When I say A is proportional to B, it means that A will be also proportional to K times B. Okay, A will also be proportional to K times B plus C plus minus C. Okay, so if you multiply or add or subtract any constant with the term, the proportionality doesn't change. So even if you go in that direction and solve the same thing, still you are just multiplying and adding or subtracting the constant from it. So still you can say that the K is still proportional to the N. So that is why K is log N.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. So when I derive the same thing, I'm getting log of 2n minus 2. In that case, how do I conclude the complexity?
So basically, if you go to 2n minus
2.
2 like this, now in this your 2 is a constant, this 2 is a constant, right? So if the value of n increases, the k will also increase. The value of n decreases, the k will also decrease. So k is dependent on the logarithmic of n. This 2 and 2 are the constant which will just adding a filler, right? It doesn't change your proportionality. You still say the time complexity is log of n. You never said 2. So whenever even if you are dependent on n by 2, you always say the time complexity is order of n. You don't say time complexity is order of n by 2, because time complexity is just the proportionality. You don't put the constants in. You just see that how what is the value of the variable. So it's n only, right? So you say that k is directly proportional to log n. You just remove the constant and just say that k is proportional to log of n, because the constant doesn't changes the proportionality.
Okay.
Make sense? Because then n increases, the k will increase, n decreases, the k decreases. It doesn't depend on 2 and 2. The constant doesn't have a say in this. So whenever we talk about the proportionality, we can drop the constant and we only talk about how one variable is dependent on the another variable, right? So that is why in this question, the time complexity is equal to number of operations, which is k, and k is proportional to the logarithmic time n. So the time complexity of this problem will be log of n.